So first we have Corey Law. He's a third-year student at Life Science program. He is a student director of the Faculty of Science at Ontario Tech, and he is also the VP of External Affairs for the Science Council. So whenever you're ready, Corey.
Thank you, Jessica. It's a pleasure to be here with everyone today. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak. I'll just dive right into it. I chose these leadership roles because I wanted to get involved in the school. After my first year here at Ontario Tech, I realized that there was a big lack of communication between the students and the clubs and councils at the school. I feel like there wasn't too many kind of opportunities or too much promotion, I guess, going on compared to other schools. So I was like, you know what, I want to make that change. So I joined the OTSU, Ontario Tech Student Union, as a board of directors, partially because I think that was a very good first step in kind of advocating for change, advocating for students and changing, pretty much change starts at that level as a board of director. I also joined just because I was able to kind of see what's going on more internally of the school. As you guys know, OTSU hosts a lot of the events, and a lot of the clubs and societies go through them. So they're a pretty big part of our school. So I think this was the best place to start, and that's kind of how I got into the role at OTSU. The second position that Jess highlighted was the Ontario Tech Science Council. So I joined the Ontario Tech Science Council as a vice president of external affairs. I like talking, I like to meet people. So that's partially why I kind of chose the role of external affairs. I'm a very extroverted person. I like to make friends, I like to talk. That's just kind of my personality. So I joined the Ontario Tech Science Council partially because of that. And also I wanted to kind of work with individuals with similar interests. As a science student, I kind of find like it's sometimes hard to talk to people who are non-science. Sometimes there's a little level like of gap between just similarities. So I definitely think that joining the Science Council allowed me to meet different other people who had similar interests as me. And since I'm a student of the Faculty of Science, I might as well join the Science Council as well, right? Also, because I was part of the OTSU, I kind of joined the Science Council as a way for me to understand and other issues, kind of like between the Science Council and the OTSU, since they're two very different organizations levels wise, because the OTSU oversees everything, whereas the Science Council is an individual council just for the Faculty of Science. It was easier for me to kind of expose myself to the different point of views and I guess the issues between different organizations. And basically, as a member of both organizations, I was able to kind of see what worked, see what didn't, and kind of put in my ideas and put inputs to see how I could fix that. So that's kind of why I chose these leadership roles. In terms of balancing schoolwork with these leadership responsibilities, I kind of create a to-do list. That's personally how I like to manage everything. So I like to create a to-do list, and every day I go through that to-do list and see what I have to do and what's urgent and what's not urgent. I kind of like to place my priorities with importance of higher level, of course, priorities. So yeah, I do that, and I maintain my balance of schoolwork, work itself, and leisure, just to maintain a healthy lifestyle. I think the pandemic's got everyone kind of depressed lately, especially because of the winter. There's long nights, short days, less sunlight, and I definitely think that's plays a huge role in people's effects. So definitely a good way to manage my time. So how did I get these positions? So basically for the OTSU, you go through a application process, which is actually going on right now. So if anyone is actually interested in applying to be a board of director or maybe an executive on the OTSU, right now is definitely a good chance. I think the process is going through right now. If you go through the OTSU website or their Instagram, there's definitely more information. But the application process is pretty much a nomination period where you have to get X amount of people to sign off to nominate you, and then you campaign for a week, and then essentially there's voting. And so last year I got the opportunity to run in this application process, and I ended up getting the position, which I was pretty psyched for, which was good. I got a lot of votes in my favor, which was kind of how I got the position. In terms of the Ontario Tech Science Council, I applied through their application process on their social media. They kind of made their application process is very similar to the way OTSU was, where they have like a nomination process and election process and then a voting process. That's kind of how majority of our school works. If people are not familiar with that, so yeah, that's coming out soon as a council. So yeah, that's how I got into my positions. I feel like joining these organizations has definitely helped me grow a lot as a person and definitely my skill set over the period of time. As we all know, this year has not been what we were expecting. With COVID and everything, it's been very different, and you actually have to adapt. I think I learned a lot from adapting to the new procedures, the new processes, and kind of thinking on the fly, just to see what would work for a student, what would not. As a VP and as a board of director, it's kind of difficult to kind of think of these things, what works for a student, what doesn't work. But by this time at like the second semester, everyone kind of had a vibe going on already. And so it's definitely helped me learn about some communication. Adapting to situations is something I definitely learned. I think has improved me quite a bit through this year, just because, as I said, COVID, everything's really different and you have to adapt. So I learned a lot. Communication organization skills is something that I've really picked up on. Well, not really picked up, I guess enhanced for the better, because especially online, it's really difficult to kind of communicate with different people since everything's on either Zoom or emails or something. You really have to be on top of these things because these things can be lost really, really quickly. So that's something I really feel like I've learned and can definitely help me in my future career. Professionalism is definitely something I've learned a lot as well. I think being professional in the organization will definitely help me in my future career. And the policies, I don't know if people here are very familiar with policies, but I learned a lot of new policies, the constitution, bylaws, stuff like that. And I think these skills have definitely helped me and will definitely help me in the future in my career path. And I think they're just skills that everyone should know, because it'll definitely help you a lot in life, and I think definitely helps you get along with others. So yeah, I think that's about it. Is there any other questions, Jess, you have?
Currently, no. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with leadership, as well as the fact that you're taking all these opportunities now for the better of your future as well.
For sure. That's definitely important, I think. Everyone should get on this, right?
Right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.